Rise, man.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you another Mandalorian Season 2 update, 8 days before Season 2 drops on Disney+. I'm so hyped and I'm sure you guys are as well. We've got a lot of news to get through today guys, so before I get started, please may I ask you to hit like down below, to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also hit the notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a new video. I'm very consistent and you can expect daily Star Wars content. So our first news article comes from Screen Rant, and they're talking about the trailer that we got the other night, the exclusive look on ESPN, and it's talking about the ice planet that we get. Now a lot of fans have been saying that the planet is Ilum, and this video is going to talk about an Easter egg that most people didn't even notice, and I'm of course talking about the ice spiders. So this article is titled "The Mandalorian might be giving us one thing Game of Thrones failed to do." The new trailer for The Mandalorian Season 2 suggests that it could be delivering one element many fans hope to see in Game of Thrones Season 8. The first episode of The Mandalorian Season 2 releases on Disney Plus on October 30th, and it stands as the most anticipated show going right now since Game of Thrones itself came to a controversial end in 2019. Disney's keeping things pretty secretive with its marketing so far, which is another page taken from the Game of Thrones playbook, which has inspired the approach that Jon Favreau has taken for The Mandalorian. Although Season 2 of Mando is expected to feature Star Wars characters such as Boba Fett and Ahsoka Tano, there's been no sign of them yet in any of the trailers. Instead, the focus has very much been on Din Djarin and Baby Yoda, but that isn't so much a bad thing given their core of the show. Their Season 2 adventures appear to be taking them to several new locations, including what appears to be Mon Cala, homeworld of course Admiral Akbar, and an ice planet which could well be Ilum, the location that will eventually become the First Order Starkiller base. It's on this world in the new Mandalorian Season 2 trailer that there's a hint of something Game of Thrones failed to do: ice spiders. At around the 27-second mark in the trailer, which aired during Monday Night Football, Din Djarin can be seen on the ice planet working on fixing the Razor Crest, and in the background of that scene it looks as though there is a dead frozen spider, while his ship may also be supported between what could possibly be two much bigger frozen spider legs. Although the smaller spider isn't particularly huge, it would at least mean the Mandalorian is bringing abnormally large arachnids to the table, something many hope to see in Game of Thrones Season 8. The spider seemingly in the trailer is more like a small dog than a hound, but is still good enough, and there's the potential for something much bigger. Huge spiders are nothing new to the Star Wars universe. The video game Jedi Fallen Order featured a giant species called the Weeshok, and I really don't know how to pronounce that. Meanwhile, Star Wars Rebels had its own variation known as the Krykna. The one here is on a different planet, but with The Mandalorian Season 2 already pulling in elements from both of these pieces of media, then it wouldn't be too much of a surprise to have giant spiders here as well. I've said this before in previous videos and I'll say it again now, I really hope The Mandalorian Season 2 really shows us new elements of the Star Wars universe we haven't seen in live action or even at all yet, and that includes aliens and species we just have no clue exist. The duty of The Mandalorian is to expand what we know about Star Wars while also staying true to the fandom, so I'm really looking forward to finding out what these spiders are all about. So let's move on to our second article, which talks about a potential cameo from a very unlikely character. This is from Digital Spy, and they've compiled a list which is which classic Star Wars characters could appear in The Mandalorian Season 2. Now I'm going to spare you some of these because I've gone through them a million times on my channel, and they've been speculated by so many people. I'm of course talking about Ahsoka, Maz Kanata, Boba Fett, and many others, but the one I really want to focus on is Bib Fortuna. The red-eyed Bib Fortuna was one of the original trilogy's most sinister characters and made his mark as the terrifying right-hand Twi'lek of Jabba the Hutt. The Mandalorian hasn't really mentioned the Hutts, but remember that a pair of Twi'leks were part of the Mandalorian's prison break homage. One part of the galaxy we're yet to fully explore is the seedy underworld of Tatooine. With the proposed Star Wars underworld being canned in 2010, George Lucas's well-laid plans to give the various crime syndicates a live-action outing on the small screen have never come to pass. It's a safe bet that Jabba is dead and buried, and although it looked like Fortuna met his maker in Return of the Jedi as well, Jon Favreau could easily pull a Darth Maul on him. In expanded canon, Fortuna survived his brush with death on Jabba's sail barge and went on to take over the gluttonous Godfather's criminal empire. If it does turn out we do get Bib Fortuna, it's a small cameo but quite a significant one nonetheless. This is harkening back to the Return of the Jedi days of Star Wars with the original trilogy, and I would love to see this kind of fan service. I mean, they're already doing it with the Gamorreans and going back to Tatooine and Boba Fett, so why not include someone like Bib Fortuna? Now, I will repeat, it is possible that he is alive. Yes, he died, or seemingly died, in Return of the Jedi, but we thought that about Darth Maul until he made a comeback, so who knows what could happen with the fate of this character. Let's move on to our next article. And this one is about Ahsoka Tano, or rather the lack of Ahsoka Tano, on Monday night's ESPN trailer. So this one is from The Express, and it says, "The Mandalorian fans rage over missing character in first trailer, quote unquote, not even a glimpse." I just want to say before I read you this article, I didn't give a rat's ass that we didn't get Ahsoka in this trailer. I'm not dying, to see her in any kind of promotional tools before the show. I'd rather they saved her for the show. And while it's very likely she will appear as, portrayed by Rosario Dawson, if she doesn't appear, whatever. I just hope we get a good season with some good character development, a good story, and we'll see what happens. If Ahsoka's in it, I'd be over the moon. If not, whatever. Let me read you from this article then. Following the mixed reactions to Disney's Star Wars revival, the adventures of Din Djarin and Baby Yoda were a breath of fresh air for the popular franchise. While the characters we've seen in Season 1 featured heavily in the new trailer, some viewers were convinced a major player from the Star Wars mythos would make an appearance. Although Disney have yet to officially confirm the casting, it was widely reported from Disney Plus DE's Instagram that Rosario Dawson would be joining the cast as fan favourite Ahsoka. When the impending release of The Mandalorian's first trailer for Season 2 was announced, fans were already gearing up for a first look at Ahsoka in live action. During the agonising wait for the second season, fans whipped themselves into a frenzy with theories regarding Ahsoka's potential role in The Mandalorian. Some viewers have speculated a connection to rumours Hayden Christensen would reprise his role as Anakin, while others have suggested she could be killed off after just a small cameo. Unfortunately, hopes were shot down when Ahsoka failed to make an appearance in the new trailer as well. Listen, we can all wait until October 30th to see if she is or isn't in the season at all. And, I really want to see her, but don't get me wrong, if you expected Ahsoka Tano to appear in the trailers, you clearly don't know about how Lucasfilm market their products, especially in recent years. They were going to save that surprise for last, with the exception, of course, of the Palpatine reveal in the first trailer of The Rise of Skywalker, which I still believe was a bad mistake. But either way, I don't think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni would want to include her or any other spoilers like Boba Fett in the initial trailers. And so we conclude the news with a really cool article. This is from StarWars.com themselves, so there's no rumors in this one. This is legit content, and it's 8 secrets and fun facts we learned from the new Star Wars book. I highly recommend this book. It's a really cool one, so let's dive into the article. Number 1, Force dyads have special powers. Ben Solo and Rey are a dyad in the Force, connected to each other in a bond that allows them to see and feel what the other is experiencing, and even pass objects to each other over any distance. This type of Force connection hasn't been seen in generations, according to Palpatine, meaning that there might have been other dyads earlier. Number 2, there is no set path to immortality through the Force. After Qui-Gon Jinn helps Yoda connect to the Force priestesses and gains the knowledge of how to become a spirit after death, Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi use this power themselves to have their bodies disappear upon death, and even help a redeemed Anakin become a Jedi spirit. When the Jedi Leia Organa reaches out to her son, Ben Solo, she uses up her life energy and her body fades. But she does not pass into the Force instantly. It's only after her son also dies that Leia ferries him with her into the cosmic Force together. Number 3, the Republic has specific term limits. In the Republic, the Supreme Chancellor can at most serve for 2 4-year terms. By the time the Clone Wars start, Chancellor Sheev Palpatine has already stayed in office 2 years longer than his 2 terms would allow, showing his consolidation of power as he reforms the Senate during the growing separatist crisis. Number 4, there are new additions to the Sith legacy. Fans of the Darth Vader Dark Lord of the Sith comic series by Charles Soule, here's something for you. Lord Momin, the Sith Lord who lived before the Rule of Two and had his consciousness trapped in his mask when the Jedi stopped his city-destroying superweapon, has now been promoted to Darth Momin. His former master, Lady Shah, who died on his lightsaber blade, is likewise Darth Shah. Number 5, the road to Jedi Knight begins not at a youngling. We all know the stages of a Jedi. Younglings train to become Padawans, and Padawans face the trials to become knights. Knights who successfully train Padawans become masters, and the wisest of them becomes Grandmaster like Yoda. Now there's a name for the youngest stage of being in the Jedi Order: initiates. Recognized for their Force sensitivity by the Jedi and taken from their families, infants and toddlers become initiates, and their minds are able to be steered away from fear and other dark emotions as they grow into childhood. Once again proving, by the way, that the Jedi Order has the most toxic and anti-clinical psychology approach to what is deemed healthy emotions and human behavior. Number 6. New details of the First Order's origins are finally revealed. While we know that the military might of the First Order was built up in the unknown regions by the escaping Imperial leadership in the decades after the Battle of Jakku, the First Order also had its start inside the New Republic. Agents of the First Order helped push for a stronger centralized role of the New Republic government, which in turn caused a political stalemate, forcing systems that fear losing control of their autonomy to break away from the New Republic in a coalition called the First Order. Number 7. Meets the Cast Clan. The Star Wars book shows off some of the sigils of various Mandalorian houses and clans, including the signets of House Vizsla, Clan Eldar, and Clan Mudhorn. Number 8. The Mandalorian's homeworld uncovered. From The Mandalorian, we know that Mando wasn't born on the planet Mandalore. In his entry, we learned that before he was rescued by members of Death Watch, Din Djarin called Arc-Vetina his home. Is it a planet? Is it a town on a different planet? That is still a mystery and something the Star Wars book does not cover. So that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed my video. This one was a little bit of a long one, so I really hope you enjoyed the extra content, and if you did, please give me a big fat like down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also please may I ask you to consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. I have 2 tiers. I have a gold tier where for $2 a month you can get exclusive access to content and help support my channel, or for $10 a month you get even more content than that, get Star Wars Explained, Star Wars News, and all of that stuff, and it also helps to support me get on here every day so I can give you consistent Star Wars content. So I wish you a fantastic rest of the day, and no matter where you dwell in the galaxy, I'm Star Wars Meg, and I will see you tomorrow.